It was almost midnight in Seoul Station. The cold wind blew through the empty platform. Snow was falling gently, covering the tracks in white. The station was quiet, too quiet for a Friday night. Mia stood alone with her suitcase. She had a scarf around her neck and a red coat. Her nose was red from the cold, and her hands were freezing, even inside her gloves. She looked at the big clock on the wall. 11:48 p.m. The last train to Busan was about to arrive. She checked her ticket. It said train 11:33, seat B14. Mia was traveling alone. She had spent 2 weeks in Seoul visiting temples, markets, and cafes. But now she wanted to see the ocean in Busan before going home to Canada. She liked traveling by train. It was quiet and peaceful. A voice came through the speaker above her. Train 11:33 to Busan arriving shortly. Please stand back. Mia turned to see the train lights in the distance. The sound of the engine grew louder as the train slowly entered the station. But something felt strange. The train looked old. The paint was faded. The windows were dark. It looked like it hadn't been used in years. Still, the doors opened, and Mia stepped inside. The train car was cold and almost empty. Only 4 other people were there. A quiet old man in a black coat, sitting near the front. A couple sitting close together whispering. A young student with headphones on, typing on a laptop. Mia walked to her seat, B14, and sat down. The train began to move. For a while, everything was normal. The train passed snowy fields and quiet towns. The lights inside the car flickered sometimes, but Mia thought nothing of it. She leaned back and closed her eyes, trying to rest. Then, the train stopped. No warning. No sound. Just a sudden stop in the middle of nowhere. Mia opened her eyes. The window showed darkness. No station. No buildings. Only trees and snow. The lights flickered again, then stayed dim. A strange voice came through the speaker. It wasn't the normal train announcer. It was deeper, colder. This is not the train to Busan, the voice said. This is the way home. Mia sat up straight. The old man looked pale. The couple turned to each other, confused. The student took off his headphones. Mia got up and walked to the next car, looking for a train worker. But the door wouldn't open. It was locked. She knocked. No one answered. She turned around. The train was moving again, but slower now. The couple stood up, trying to call someone. No signal. Then, the lights went out. Total darkness. Mia couldn't see her hands. She heard whispers. A woman's voice. A child crying. Footsteps. She grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. When she pointed it at the couple's seats, they were empty. Gone. Only 2 phones lay on the floor, screens still lit. Mia gasped. She turned to look at the old man. He was staring straight ahead. This train crashed 10 years ago, he whispered. Everyone on board died. But sometimes it runs again. And it picks up people who are alone. Mia backed away. This can't be real, she said. The student stood up and ran to the door, hitting it again and again. Then suddenly, he was gone too. Just like the couple. No sound. No scream. Just gone. Now, only Mia and the old man were left. The train moved deeper into the darkness. Mia sat frozen in her seat. The train was moving again, but slowly. Outside, the snow fell heavier. The windows were foggy, and the inside lights were still dim. Only she and the old man were left. The old man didn't move. His face was pale. His eyes stared at the floor. Mia stood up, shaking. She held her phone tightly, its flashlight still on. She looked around. Where is everyone? she whispered. The old man finally spoke, his voice low and shaky. This is not the first time I've been on this train, he said. I got on it 10 years ago, the night my wife died. Mia turned to him. What do you mean? I was going to Busan, but the train stopped. Just like now. There were whispers, strange lights. People vanished. I was the only one who made it back. Mia stepped back. So why are you here again? I never left, the old man said, his eyes wet. I got off, but a part of me stayed on this train. And now, it wants you too. Suddenly, the lights flickered again. The train made a loud screeching sound. Then a new voice came from the speaker. It was different from before. Soft, almost friendly. Passenger in car 9. The voice said, please come forward. Mia looked up. Car 9? That's this one. The old man stood up slowly. No, he said. This is car 8. Mia checked the small number above the door. He was right. Someone, or something, was calling her to the next car. No way I'm going, she said. We should stay together. The old man shook his head. The train doesn't like that. It wants you alone. Mia felt cold sweat on her back. She looked at the door to car 9. It was locked before, but now it stood open. A soft, blue light glowed from the other side. I won't go, Mia whispered, but her feet moved anyway. The old man grabbed her arm. Don't listen to it. It tricks you. It shows you things you miss, things you love, but they're not real. Mia pulled her arm free. I have to see. She stepped into car 9. It was warm inside. Soft music played in the background, a lullaby. The lights were soft and golden. And there, sitting in the seat across from hers, was her mother. Mia stopped breathing. Her mother had died 5 years ago. But now she sat there, smiling, wearing the same yellow sweater she wore before she died. Mia, the woman said kindly, you look tired. Come sit with me. Mia's legs felt weak. You're not real, she said, but her voice was quiet. I've missed you so much, the woman said. I never wanted to leave you. Tears ran down Mia's face. She walked forward slowly. Just sit with me, the woman said. Just for a while. Mia reached out her hand. Then she heard the old man's voice, faint, behind her. Don't touch her. Mia blinked. The light flickered. The woman's face changed. Her smile grew too wide. Her skin turned gray. Her eyes were black. Mia screamed and fell backward. The lights in car 9 exploded. Darkness came again. Mia ran back through the door into car 8, breathing hard. The old man caught her. Did you see her? Mia nodded. It looked like my mother. That's how the train works, he said. It uses memories. It uses pain. But it's not real. Suddenly, the train shook. A loud banging came from behind them. Someone, or something, was in car 9, trying to get out. The door to car 9 was closed now, but something on the other side kept knocking. Bang, bang, bang. Mia and the old man stood frozen, staring at it. The sound was soft at first, like someone tapping with their fingers. But it grew louder and faster. Bang, 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 bang. Don't open it, the old man warned. His hands were shaking. No matter what you hear. Mia stepped back, her heart pounding in her chest. What is it? She asked. I don't know, he said. But it wears faces. It speaks like your loved ones. And it wants you to believe. Suddenly, the knocking stopped. Silence. Then a voice came through the door. It was soft, gentle. It sounded like her little brother. Mia, please let me in. I'm scared. It's dark in here. Please. Mia covered her ears. Her brother had died in a car crash when she was 12. That's not him, she said, tears running down her cheeks. He's gone. The old man stepped between her and the door. We keep moving, he said. We go to the next car. It's the only way. But what if it follows us? Mia asked. The old man didn't answer. He opened the door at the front of the car, leading into car 7. It was dark but quiet. No strange lights, no voices. They stepped through together, closing the door behind them. Car 7 was different. It had mirrors along both sides of the walls. Long, tall mirrors, more than any train should have. Each one showed their reflection, but something was wrong. Mia looked at herself in one mirror. Her reflection didn't move exactly like she did. When she turned her head, the reflection was a second late. In another mirror, the old man's face was young, like he was 30 years younger. But his real face was still old. Then one mirror cracked. A spider web of broken glass spread from the center. Then another cracked. And another. Until all the mirrors were broken except one. From that one, Mia saw something behind her. She turned quickly. No one was there. But in the mirror, she could still see the thing. A tall, dark figure. Its face was blurry. It had no eyes. No mouth. Just a shadow. It stood still behind her in the glass, but not in the real world. What is that? Mia whispered. The old man looked at the mirror, then at her. It's part of the train. It lives in the in-between. The space between death and memory. Mia turned around again fast. Still no one there. But when she looked back at the mirror, the figure was closer. She took a step back. Then the lights in car 7 went out. Total blackness. She felt something cold brush against her hand. Mia, the old man whispered, don't run. Just hold on. But Mia was panicking. Her breathing was fast. She reached into her pocket for her phone, but it wasn't there. She must have dropped it in car 9. Then the whispers began from every direction. Mia, come with us. You don't belong here. You're already dead. No, she screamed. I'm alive. The lights flickered on for 1 second, and the mirrors were full of faces. Not hers. Not the old man's. Strange, dead faces. Eyes wide. Mouths open. Screaming. She grabbed the old man's arm. We have to move. They ran to the next door. The old man opened it and pushed her through. They fell into car 6, slamming the door behind them. Silence again. No mirrors. Just seats. But the old man was breathing hard. What's wrong? Mia asked. He sat down. The train is getting stronger. What does that mean? It means, he said slowly, that soon we won't be able to tell what's real and what's not. Car 6 was quiet. Too quiet. Mia sat on one side of the train, her hand shaking. The old man sat across from her, his head down, breathing slowly. Outside, the snowstorm was getting worse. The windows were white with frost, and the sky looked heavy and gray. How long until Busan? Mia asked. The old man looked at her sadly. This train doesn't go to Busan. Not anymore. But there must be a way off, she said. There is, he whispered. But not everyone finds it. Suddenly, they heard a sound. Snoring. Soft, slow breathing. Not from them. Someone else was in the car. Mia stood up and looked around. There were people sitting in the other seats now. Maybe 10 of them. She hadn't seen them when they entered. They all sat straight up. Eyes closed, breathing slowly, like they were asleep with their eyes open. Who are they? Mia asked in a whisper. They're called the sleeping ones, the old man said. "They are passengers who gave up. Now they stay on the train forever." Mia walked slowly past them. Their skin looked pale, almost blue. Their clothes were old, dusty, and covered in frost. One woman had a small suitcase on her lap, still holding it tightly. "They don't move?" Mia asked. "Not unless you wake them," the old man said. "So don't touch them." Mia nodded and kept walking carefully. But then the train jerked suddenly. Her foot slipped. She reached out, and her hand brushed the arm of one of the sleeping passengers. Its eyes snapped open. The woman looked straight at Mia. Her mouth opened wide, and she screamed. The others woke up too. One by one, their eyes opened. They screamed, moaned, and reached out with frozen hands. "They're awake!" Mia cried. "Run!" She and the old man ran toward the next car. The sleeping ones stood up, their bodies stiff and slow, but they followed. The old man opened the door to car 5, and they rushed through, slamming it behind them. But one of the sleeping ones grabbed the edge of Mia's coat. She kicked hard, broke free, and fell into the next car. Car 5 was dark, with only a few red emergency lights glowing near the floor. Mia helped the old man stand. "Are you okay?" she asked. He nodded. "Just keep going." But car 5 wasn't empty. There were photos everywhere. Hundreds of them, pinned to the walls, hanging from the ceiling, and even taped to the seats. Pictures of people. Men, women, children. Some were smiling. Some were crying. Some had no faces at all. Just empty white spaces where their eyes and mouths should be. "What is this place?" Mia whispered. "It's the car of memories," the old man said. "This is where the train stores its pain." Mia walked slowly, looking at the photos. Suddenly she stopped. She saw herself. It was a photo of her, sitting with her mother and brother at the beach. A photo from when she was 7. "How does the train have this?" she asked, voice shaking. "It pulls from your mind," the old man said. "It shows you your past, to trap you." Suddenly, the photo began to burn. The flames moved across it, but there was no smoke, no heat, just quiet fire. Other photos caught fire too. One by one, they all burned. Mia ran forward, coughing from the ashes in the air. Then she saw another picture, this one of the old man. He was young in the photo, standing with a woman and 2 children. "My family," he said softly. "They were on the train too, the night it crashed." Mia turned to him. "So you were a real passenger?" "Yes, but I survived. Everyone else died or disappeared. I've been trying to help new passengers ever since." "Then how do we escape?" Mia asked. "There's only one door," he said, "at the front of the train. It leads out, but no one knows where." Mia looked down the dark aisle. More doors ahead. More horrors waiting. But she was ready now. "I'm not giving up," she said. "I'm not going to be one of those sleeping ones." The old man smiled weakly. "Then let's keep moving." Together, they stepped into the next car. Mia and the old man stepped into car 4. At first, it looked normal. Just rows of seats, soft lights, and quiet air. But the air smelled strange, like smoke and metal. The floor was shaking slightly beneath their feet. "What is this car?" Mia asked. The old man paused. "I'm not sure. I've never made it this far." Mia looked out the window. Her breath caught in her throat. They were at a station. But it wasn't Busan. It wasn't Seoul. In fact, it didn't look like any place she had ever seen. The train had stopped beside an old, broken-down platform with shattered signs, flickering lamps, and heavy mist. The name of the station was almost unreadable, but she could make out 3 letters. "NG." A voice came from the speaker above them. Final stop. All passengers, please exit. No, the old man said quickly. This isn't a real stop. But the train doors opened with a soft hiss. Outside, someone stood on the platform. A girl, maybe 15 years old, dressed in a white school uniform. She held a broken teddy bear in her arms. Her head was down, and her long black hair covered her face. Mia stepped back. Who is that? The old man didn't answer. The girl slowly looked up. Her face was pale. Her eyes were black, and she was smiling. Then more figures stepped out from the fog. Dozens of them, all standing still. Men, women, children. They looked like passengers, but something was wrong with their bodies. Some had twisted necks. Some had no eyes. Some looked half-burned. They all stood silently, staring at the train. I think they want us to come out, Mia said. That's exactly why we shouldn't, the old man replied. They're not people anymore. They're the ones who left the train. Can't we just stay inside? She asked. Suddenly, the girl in white lifted her hand and pointed directly at Mia. The train lights flickered. Then one by one, the strange people on the platform began to move toward the train. They're coming, Mia cried. We have to go. Back, the old man shouted, to the next car. They turned and ran through car 4 as banging noises echoed from the outside. The windows shook. Shadows moved past the glass. The door to car 3 opened by itself. They rushed through and found themselves in a completely different place. It wasn't a train car. It was a waiting room. Chairs lined the walls. A coffee machine stood in the corner. A small TV played static. There was no motion, no sound. Where are we? Mia whispered. The old man looked around slowly. It's not part of the train anymore. It's somewhere between. They walked carefully through the strange room. A large board on the wall showed the words, all departures are delayed. Forever. Then Mia saw someone sitting in one of the chairs. A man in a business suit holding a phone to his ear. He didn't move. Didn't blink. She moved closer. Mister? She said. He didn't respond. But his mouth suddenly opened, and a dark cloud came out. Mia screamed and backed away. The cloud swirled toward the ceiling and disappeared. What's happening? She asked. This is the place where souls get stuck, the old man said. They tried to leave the train, but they didn't belong out there. Now they're here, lost forever. Is this what happens if we stay too long? She asked. Yes. Mia grabbed his hand. Then let's go. We need to move forward. The old man nodded. They walked to the far end of the room. A door marked exit stood there, slightly open. Mia pushed it, and they stepped through, and they were back on the train. Back in car 2. It was dark again. Quiet. Only one car left before the engine. Before the end. Mia looked at the old man. We're close, she said. Do you think we can make it? He didn't answer right away. Then finally he whispered, I hope so. Car 2 was the darkest car yet. The lights above them were broken. Only the red glow from the emergency lights on the floor showed the way. The air was heavy, thick, and hard to breathe. The silence was deeper here. It felt like the whole train was holding its breath. Mia and the old man stood still for a moment. Neither of them spoke. Only one car remained, the engine. Mia looked at the door at the end of the car. It was covered in strange symbols. Some looked like scratches. Others looked like writing in a language she had never seen before. What is that? She whispered. The old man stared at it. I don't know. I've never made it this far. Mia walked slowly through the car. There were no passengers, no seats, just empty space and shadows. But as she moved, she heard something. A whisper. "Mia!" She stopped. The voice was soft, gentle, familiar. She turned to the old man. "Did you hear that?" "Hear what?" he asked. The whisper came again, this time closer. "Mia, come forward. I'm waiting." It was her mother's voice again. "No," Mia said out loud. "You're not real. You're just part of the train." The voice replied, still gentle. "Then come see. Open the door and find the truth." Mia felt cold hands brush her arm. She turned, but no one was there. She reached the engine door. The symbols on it began to glow softly. The door opened by itself. Beyond it, a strange light shined, bright but not warm. Cold white light that hurt her eyes. Mia stepped forward. "Wait," the old man said. "What if it's a trap?" Mia looked back. "We've come too far to turn around now." He nodded. "Then I'm going with you." Together, they stepped into the engine car. It was not what they expected. It was huge, much bigger than any train car should be, like stepping into a long, endless room. The walls were silver and smooth. Lights pulsed along the ceiling. And in the center of the room was a chair. A strange chair made of metal and wires. And sitting in it was a man. He was tall, thin, and pale. His eyes were black like ink. His mouth was stitched closed with metal wire. But still, somehow he spoke. "Welcome, passengers." His voice echoed all around them. Mia stepped forward. "Who are you?" "I am the conductor," the man said. "I guide the train through the space between life and death." "Why are we here?" she asked. "We didn't choose this." "Didn't you?" he replied. "You were alone, lost, filled with sadness. The train comes to those who carry pain." Mia shook her head. "That doesn't mean we want to die." The conductor stood up. "This train feeds on memory, regret, fear. Every passenger who gives up becomes part of it. But some try to escape." The old man stepped forward. "We want to leave. Show us the door." The conductor tilted his head. "There is no door, only a choice." "What choice?" Mia asked. The conductor raised a hand. Suddenly, the walls turned into windows. Outside, Mia saw the places from her past. Her mother's smile. Her brother's laugh. Her small bedroom back home in Canada. The sound of waves. The smell of food. All the good things she had lost. "You can stay here," the conductor said, "and live in your best memories forever. No pain. No fear. No sadness." "And the other choice?" she asked. "Walk through the fire," he said. "Face what you lost. Accept the truth. And wake up." Mia looked at the old man. His eyes were full of tears. "I've stayed with my memories too long," he said. "That's why I could never leave. But maybe you can." Mia turned back to the conductor. "I want to wake up," she said. "I want to live." The conductor nodded. Then a door appeared, glowing red like fire. Mia stepped toward it, but then she turned back. "What about him?" she asked. "He helped me. He deserves to leave too." The conductor looked at the old man. "He must choose for himself." The old man looked at the glowing door. He took a deep breath. Then he smiled. "You go," he said. "My time ended long ago. But you still have a life waiting." Mia didn't want to leave him, but she knew she had to. She stepped through the red door, and everything turned to light. Mia felt herself falling. Not fast, but gently, like floating in water. The red light around her slowly faded, replaced by white mist. She couldn't see where she was or feel the ground under her feet. For a moment, she thought she might still be dreaming or dying. Then, her feet touched solid ground. She stood in a quiet space filled with fog. No train, no voices, just silence. "Where am I?" she whispered. She walked slowly through the fog. Shapes began to appear, not sharp or clear, just shadows, like memories floating in the mist. One shape looked like her childhood home, another like her school. Then she saw something that made her stop. It was her mother again, standing under a streetlight, smiling softly. Mia stepped closer. "Mom?" The woman nodded.